So Stu, what's your role at Refract? What do you do here?
Yep, so I'm business development manager, so I'm responsible for closing new clients and logos at Refract.
How long have you been doing the job?
So I've been at Refract over 3 years, had a few different roles. I was inside sales manager previous to this. I still kind of help and support some of the SDRs on a coaching and mentoring basis, but this particular role, about 10 to 12 months.
What do you enjoy most about your work here at Refract?
Winning deals. You know, that is the big thing that motivates me. You know, there's no's, there's knockbacks, but it's all striving for that winning deals. And when you get that signature on the order form and you get a new client, it's a real buzz still. But also, you know, it makes a big difference to an organisation like Refract. We're growing quickly. Any new logo we bring in has a real impact on the business.
So in a nutshell, why do you think people no-show on a demo?
I think a lot of the time, there's various different reasons. There's obviously, and you know, there is genuine reasons. You know, sometimes things do crop up. You know, we're selling to VPs and they've got busy calendars, and the CEO may want a board report or whatever. So there is genuine reasons. I think a lot of the time though, it's down to us as salespeople, and we haven't actually got that prospect excited enough. We haven't qualified them enough. You know, that's the main thing. We need to get somebody who is desperate to see Refract because they think it's going to solve their problems.
So what are some of the ways that you would suggest, and what are some of the ways you actually do improve no-show rates on a demo?
Yeah. So it's definitely been a culmination of things. We try to look at this as a big topic and see where we can improve every little aspect of this. And you know, if I was to give you sort of 4 or 5 tips, I would think one of the big ones is that you can take away immediately is trying to schedule a demo quickly after the discovery call. You know, that old saying, time kills deals, I think is really, really true. If you get somebody excited, try and get that demo in the afternoon, or try and get that demo in tomorrow, while it's still fresh in their mind and know what they're going to be talking about. And obviously that speeds up things through the pipeline as well. If you can get a discovery call and a demo the next day, there you go, straight away, you're saving a week out of what is typically a sales cycle. Do you have a timescale that's potentially like the golden window for you that you would, in an ideal world, like to have somebody booked in on? The next day?
Yeah.
So I always shoot for the next day. So if I'm speaking to somebody now and we try to do this as a team, which has really improved, if you're speaking to somebody, get them really excited, you know, just see it. Most people say, oh, do you have time next week? Can you do this Wednesday or Thursday next week, and give people 2 options? We've changed that. And you know, obviously if you're on a Thursday, what about Friday morning? Can you do Friday morning? Have you got an hour where we can spend? And if somebody's really excited, they'll maybe move things around, or they can normally find an hour in their schedule when they want to find out more.
So for you, the thing that moves the needle the most is the level of excitement that the prospect has about seeing the product.
Correct.
Okay.
I think that goes back to another thing that we try to do, and we work tirelessly on, and we're certainly not, you know, more room for improvement, but it's getting better at discovery. One of the keys for me when I know somebody's really excited is they ask me for the demo. So I've built up that much pain and that much excitement. They'll say, look, Stu, can I see this? And you know you've got an engaged prospect who is a really hot prospect when they ask you for the demo. And that's like the holy grail. If you can get prospects asking you for a demo, then you're a winner. Okay,
any other tips for improving the show up rates?
Yeah, there's lots of different things. You know, that discovery is crucial, definitely getting better at that. But also the opposite side of the coin, qualify people out. You know, there's a lot of people who won't buy your product, probably don't have the need. They might have a need, but it's just not enough of a pain that they want to solve that challenge now. So get really aggressive at qualifying people out. You know, maybe just challenge them, and stop wasting your time demoing to people who are never going to buy your solution is a big thing.
From a technical point of view or technological point of view, there are other things that certainly I'm looking at doing in terms of when somebody books a demo, then they're going to be getting a notification that they are booked in on their phone.
Yeah.
And I think what I've seen work well in other places is how you follow that text message up. Mm-hmm. So if they booked in and they've got the confirmation on their cell phone, then potentially sending them a subsequent message again on the cell phone to either remind them of the demo or potentially send them some content that would continue to build that excitement.
Absolutely, yeah, you're dead right. And it's really, there's no excuse not for doing that today. You know, like you say, text message reminders if you can do them, you know, an email reminder the day before, an hour before, but also making it as easy for the prospect as possible. So, you know, if you send somebody an email 10 minutes before with the Zoom details or whatever software you're using, let's make this as easy for prospects to join the meeting as possible. Send them that, they've just got to click the link and they can join you online, and then it's, you know, front and center, it's top of their mind. It gives them less reason to drop out of the meeting.
Any other ways that you improve the show-up rates?
Yeah, and again, it's all little things that we've looked at and tried to tweak going forward. One of the things that we do as well is the calendar invite itself. You know, if you've had a great discovery call and you've picked up on 2 or 3 pain points or areas where you can improve, sell that into the calendar invite. If you're selling to a VP or a CEO, whoever it is, they might see that calendar invite, and if I'm just saying, Stuart from Refract, look forward to sharing the platform with you, I'm not interested.
It doesn't stand out at all, does it?
It doesn't stand out at all, and that's a lot of the time, people who are busy are looking for ways in which they can buy themselves more time, and if your calendar invite is just a bit wishy-washy in there, then it's an easy way just to get an extra hour in their day. However, if you said, really enjoyed our conversation, want to show you how we can help you solve these 2 or 3 pain points, it's a completely different thing. They'll be like, yeah, I remember that now. I remember that conversation with Stu. I'll give him some more of my time and we can dive a bit deeper on that.
So that's about showing up for the demo, getting people to show up. And that was really what I wanted to focus on. Another area that's linked to that though is once you start the demo, once you get them on the demo, talk a little bit about your open. How do you typically open a demo when the person has showed up?
Yeah, great question. And it really depends on the situations, because sometimes a demo may be involving some other stakeholders. So if I've had a great conversation with somebody, normally at the end of my discovery call, one of my closing questions will be, who else cares about this? And if they'll say, it's John, Steve and Michael, and we've got a demo with 4 people, the easy and logical start there is to get everybody around the table to introduce themselves, so you know who's on the call, what they're hoping to get out of the call. But real standard tips are, set the scene, let people know, have an agenda, which again should be in the calendar invite, of what you're going to cover today. Check how they are for time is a standard, so you're not making people late for appointments, so you know how much time you've got with somebody. And then we do what we call a situational slide at Refract. So we listen back to the discovery call, because if that wasn't yesterday, it may have been a week ago, it may have been 2 weeks ago, and it's not always present in my memory what the conversation was. So I listen back to the call and I'll pick out the reasons which I think Refract can help. I'll set the scene, I'll recap with the decision maker, make sure I'm on the right page and I haven't got happy ears, talk through that, and then we'll agree that that's the areas that we're going to look to cover. And then Refract, the demo isn't a harbour tour, it's focused on solving those challenges.
Excellent. So how long have you been delivering demos at Refract?
Longer than I care to remember. No, I've done a few different roles at Refract. So in this BDM role, if you like, where I'm at the moment, about 10 to 12 months.
Okay. What's been the game changer for you? What's moved the needle in terms of the effectiveness of your demos specifically? Yeah.
So this is not a plug, but the coaching I receive. I'm really fortunate to work with a team who share secrets. We do help each other. We've got a real collaborative culture in Refract where anybody can coach anybody's calls. And we get regular coaching. Our CEO and our head of sales are 2 great coaches who help and give us feedback on the calls. That's definitely one, which has been the main thing for me in improving how I deliver demos. But I think the biggest thing I've improved, which has led to my success, is improving discovery.
Okay, and as a result, that's led to more demos as a result of better discovery,
Correct.
More excitement in the prospect.
Yeah, not even necessarily more demos. I think just better qualified demos. I probably qualify more out now than what I used to. I think when I first started, it was like a demo pitch. I just wanted to demo to everybody. They might buy it, they were never going to buy it, and I was wasting my own time. Now, qualifying people out, I can spend time with people who have a genuine interest in Refract and potentially can buy the software.
So, last question then. You've talked about qualifying prospects out. Mm-hmm. What I'm hearing you say is that's largely as a result of qualifying them out based on how likely you think they might be to buy. What about qualifying out in terms of you suspect that they're maybe too small of an organisation to purchase Refract, or it's something about the nature of the business? How do you qualify out if you just feel like the company is probably not a good fit?
Yeah, great question. We don't so much, to be honest, because I think I try to take every customer on an individual basis and have that conversation with a person, and whether that's a team of 5 people or a team of 100 people, it's more about what challenges they have and what they're looking to solve. So I think what the company is and how big the company is maybe a little bit irrelevant to Refract. We specialise in helping companies from startups to enterprise organisations, so that ideal customer profile is probably quite a varied one. So it's more on the actual individual and what they're looking to achieve on how we would qualify out, rather than that company or the business itself.
Perfect. Thanks very much.
You're welcome.